They arrive at the parking lot of the boarded-up and abandoned First Baptist Church of Pasco and get out of Pearl's car. It's a medium-sized, architecturally older building with broken stained glass windows. The spacious grounds have tall, dead grass and weeds. Glass from broken bottles is sporadically scattered about the place, and the basketball court is overgrown. The rim is bent and the net is missing. Pearl pops the trunk and pulls out a folding platform cart. She then pulls Melvin out as well and places him on the cart. Melvin is also wearing a party hat.
Siren, push Mel up to the door while I get the spicy possum casserole and drinks.
They go inside the dusty, cobwebbed building via the broken-down door. There's litter and debris strewn about from both vagrants and vermin. They all sit next to each other on a tattered, worn-out pew, except for Melvin, who stays on his cart. And Pearl serves each one a big spoonful of opossum casserole and hands each a warm can of generic grape soda. Pearl sees Chuck about to start eating, so, standing in front of everyone, rapidly taps a spoon against the aluminum can she's holding. So as to rebuke Chuck for being hungry or rude or whatever, she passive-aggressively addresses Siren.
Siren, don't start eating yet. I have a few words about Mel and before we indulge.
Chuck sheepishly grins and puts her spoon back on her plate. Pearl clears her throat.
Mel and I have been married a whole time, 40 years. This is our Ruby anniversary. And you're all cordially invited. Now, we've been through some rough times and good times. Mostly rough, sad to say.
Pearl looks disapprovingly at Charlene and Rebecky.
Pastor Chuck and Rebecky know what I mean. Siren does now, too. Bless your little heart.
Pearl smiles over at Melvin.
Welcome back to church, Mel. Still hope for you yet.
Pearl dramatically lifts her soda can in the air as if to toast.
To another 40 years of familial bliss to us. Love you, Mel.
Pearl chugs the entire soda and hurls the empty aluminum can on the ground as hard as she can.
Goodness. Oh, that's been a while.
Chuck and Rebecky start sipping their beverages, and Siren sits there, unmoving, drink still in hand. Pearl saunters over to Melvin and inserts a straw into the little hole between his lips and dotingly holds his soda for him. Melvin's parched mouth takes a few grateful sips as Pearl has another epiphany and suddenly jerks her body, spilling the sugary drink all over Melvin's chest. She leaps into the air and kicks her heels together and claps her hands. She has an anxious smile, and her eyes turn glassy and reddened.
By George, I got it. We're gonna do it. Me and Mel's gonna do it. That's it. Tiempo perfecto.
Chuck and Rebecky stop eating and lift their heads in the direction of Pearl's outburst.
We're gonna do it. Me and Mel, Jiminy Christmas, do the deed.
What deed, Pearl? Pearl? Right here? In front of us? Tiempo perfecto?
Pearl picks up the double entendre and blushes in embarrassment.
Well, I'm kind of unsure as to what you're referring to exactly, Chick. I'm talking about us.
Pearl quickly gestures to Melvin with her pointer finger.
Renewing our sacred vows of holy matrimony. Pastor Chuck, will you do us the honors of being the honorable Monsignor over the ceremony? Rebecky, you're now my maid of honor. Siren, quickly, you're going to wheel Melvin down the aisle. Honorably.
Siren struggles to roll Melvin's cart to the back of the sanctuary. But finally manages and then turns it around to face the others. Chuck drags herself up the steps into the chancel, then slides and adjusts the dusty music stand to ground level and positions herself behind it with a smile towards the antiquated pews. Rebecky drags herself up to the second step and, leaning on her elbows, props herself up, facing out towards the empty pews like a maid of honor. Pearl stands at the front, all smiles and nods at Siren.
Okay, Siren, push Mel down here.
Siren follows her orders with continued difficulty. The cart's front right wheel gets jammed and won't loosen from the direction that it's aimed. So as Siren pushes the cart in a herky-jerky sort of way, it keeps moving sharply to the right until it crashes abruptly into the end of a pew. Melvin about falls off the cart from the abruptness of the stop. In this new position, a rainbow-colored brony tail that's clipped to the seat of his pants hangs over the cart. Pearl gets flustered at Siren's incompetence.
Siren, be careful now. If you want something done right, do it my diggity self.
As Siren is futilely trying to back up and realign the wayward cart, Pearl walks over to where they are and patronizingly pushes Siren's hands away. She resituates Melvin on his cart and rolls it back into the center of the aisle. Pearl dashes back to the front and turns to face Siren and Melvin as they slowly roll towards her. Pearl smiles unnaturally. Finally, Siren and Melvin arrive at the front and the cart is placed to the left of Pearl. Chuck turns to Siren.
Do you give him away?
Siren just stares at Chuck, speechless.
Just nod yes, hon.
Siren nods in approval to Chuck's question.
Rebecky, you have a special song to sing for us?
What? Oh, oh, okay.
Rebecky scans her mind for a second to think of an appropriate wedding song and then begins singing an old traditional ballad.
Kiss me, I'm Irish, me pot of gold. I'll share it with you, me four-leaf glow. Our shamrock love is growing strong. Check out me leprechaun out on me lawn. He's wearing lucky boxer briefs cut from me.
After singing an old traditional Celtic ballad extraordinarily well for about a minute or so, Chuck solemnly and enviously clears her throat to interrupt Rebecky.
I'll share it with ya.
Thank you for that inspirational song, Sister Kay. Now, Pearl Artemis Goodman, do you pledge to renew your wedding vows with Melvin Sedgwick Goodman on the 6th day of June, 2006, Anno Domino?
I do.
And Melvin, do you want to take what's her head?
Pearl flashes her eyes at Chuck for an instant and then looks at Melvin, expecting to hear a reciprocal, I do. But Melvin just periodically blinks his eyes and stares straight ahead, being very far away from any mental coherence or lucidity. After several moments of hands on hips and toe tapping waiting, Pearl becomes inflamed with righteous indignation and starts sneering and sardonically laughing.
Well, I should have known.
She looks harshly at Chuck and Rebecky with a sideways glance, then directly into Melvin's mindless, blinking eyes.
Still thinking about whoring around, huh?
Pearl, I have to pee.
Now we're about to cut the cake, 'cause Melvin ruined our wedding. It's all over. Let him eat cake. Don't you want a slice of carrot cake?
Yes, but I gotta go bad.
F Sickles. Well, fine then. Don't come crying to me when there's none left and you're forced to lick the frosting from the cardboard and sir to the cake pan I bought at the coagulated cake cheese factory.
Pearl is out of breath and faint.
Why is it so hot in here?
Siren urgently gets up to leave. Pearl lifts her own dress and starts defecating on the floor.
Oh, there we go.
Grunting vehemently and barks orders at Chuck.
Chuck, go with this young lady to the powder room.
I ain't going with her. I'm eating. Phew. What's that smell?
I'll be glad to go with her. Woof! No more possum casserole for you, Pearl.
Siren and Rebecky exit the pew and walk towards the foyer where the restrooms are located.
I'll wait for you out here.
Siren enters the crumbling bathroom. The plumbing is in shambles, so Siren has to pee in a toilet without any water in the bowl. Siren attempts to flush the toilet several times using the handle, then finally gives up and meets Rebecky in the hall. Rebecky grabs a hold of Siren's sleeve and speaks confidentially to her.
I want to help you get away. Go on out to the car now. Go on, get. She leaves the keys in the ignition. Don't just stand there. Go!
Siren runs out to the car and gets in. She turns the keys and the engine jumps to life. She pushes hard on the gas pedal and peels out of the parking lot, scattering loose gravel from the rear tires. Pearl hears the car burning rubber in the parking lot.
What the H.E. double hockey sticks is going on out there?
Pearl runs to the door and is both surprised and livid to see her beloved Falcon leaving the parking lot. She runs through the lot and into the road after the fleeing car. Siren is driving too fast and loses control of the steering wheel as an oncoming car clips the front of the left bumper, causing the Falcon to spin out. The other driver is knocked unconscious as his car lands in a deep roadside ditch. Pearl, still running, arrives at the scene and yanks the door open. She glares with violent intent at Siren.
You steal my car? You steal my car? I thought we was gonna be friends. We can never be friends with you, Siren.
She pushes Siren over into the passenger side and drives back to the church, about 20 yards away from the scene of the crash. She makes Siren go fetch Melvin and then puts him back in the trunk with his folding platform cart. The end of his brony tail gets caught and hangs out the back of the trunk. Pearl hollers for everyone to get inside the car.
Get in the car! Jim Bob, Billy, Siren, get in the car. All y'all get in the car. All y'all get in the car right now. All y'all get in the car. All y'all get in the car.
They speed off. The car is slightly pinging and rattling as they go.
Rebecky, I told you to escort Siren to the toilet. How'd you let her get to the car?
You're right, Pearl. I should have watched her better. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Pearl addresses Siren.
I was really hoping it wouldn't come to this. But after 2 attempted escapes, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to disable your legs. I may need to take your eyes as well. That'll depend on you, your behavior, and misbehavior.
They drive the rest of the way in silence. Pearl pulls up the driveway, and as soon as she stops the car, Siren opens the door and runs as fast as she can away from the house.
Chuck, get her.
Chuck takes off in pursuit, cackling as she flying tackles Siren's ankles, and they go sprawling in the dirt. Siren awakens. Once again, she finds herself strapped to the bed in the basement. In the corner of the room, Pearl is on a stool in front of a table snorting white craft glue.
Can I go home now?
Pearl snaps, instantly cutting her off.
Can
I already answered that question several times. It's no, and it's always gonna be no. No, you cannot. I repeat, the real Sam Shady cannot go home.
But why?
We're gonna have a problem here.
Please?
Pearl ignores her while squirting another line of glue across the table. She snorts the full line and her eyes flutter in ecstasy. She gets off the stool, walks to the middle of the room and starts spinning around faster and faster.
Don't count your chickens, Siren. Don't count your biscuit bacon chickens.
Pearl flings her head back in a loud whoop, tweaking.
Oh, now we're cooking with butter. That's the stuff. I'm high as a kite. Siren, come on over here. Be somebody. My cranium is crack-a-lacking over here. Yeah. Yeah. Shabalab.
No thanks.
Well, that's what I expected to hear from little puritanical bitch. Word. Forgive me. Chick, Rebecky, get your harnesses on. It's time for my evening stroll in the Arboretum.
Chuck already has hers on and is panting excitedly by the door in anxious anticipation. Rebecky begins putting hers on. Pearl grabs the two women's leashes and leads them up the basement steps and out the back door. Inadvertently, Pearl, being high from her glue snorting, forgets to lock the door and just pulls it closed. Siren quickly presses the white button on her handcuffs and they again release. She tries at the straps, and though somewhat loose, she can't get them off. So she starts wiggling her body down the bed, hoping to slide out instead. After a moment of struggle, she succeeds to slip out at the foot of the bed and falls with a thud into the dirt floor. She hurries to the basement door and it opens with ease. Her eyes glow with unexpected success. She quietly ascends the steps and reaches the landing. She opens the back door and cautiously looks out. Pearl and the gang are meandering around the 3 dying orange trees. Siren then skedaddles away from the back door and instead runs through the washroom door into the house. Now in the dining area, Siren smells something foul in the kitchen and hears a soft yelping sound. She cautiously walks in to find a plucked fowl on the counter, stuffed with good old Limburger cheese. Confused, she inspects it, but it's clearly already dead. Then she hears loud yelping and then barking emanating from inside the oven. She opens it to find Tripod is tied to a spit. Siren lets out a blood-curdling scream.
Tripod! No!
Tears flow down her face. She goes to grab an oven mitt, but then realizes the oven is still turned off and is cold to the touch. Relieved, she hurriedly reaches in to pull out her dog, but the gas oven's preset timer goes off and the oven turns on. The towel dangling from the top of the oven is accidentally knocked into it by Siren in her struggle to save Tripod. The towel ignites at the base of the oven. She screams again in surprise and, evading the flames, quickly grabs the pan Tripod is set in with both hands and jumps backwards with it. The rescue is a success. She sets the pan down and tries to loosen Tripod from his secure bonds when she hears someone come in at the front door. It's Debbie, with a cigarette in her lips, letting herself in to make her cosmetics delivery.
Hey, Pearl, I've got your lipstick. It's that 50 Shades of Grape you were waiting for. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hearing noises from the kitchen, she stops at the entryway.
Is everything all right?
Siren runs into the main hallway and bumps and startles Debbie, causing her to drop the 16 bags of makeup Pearl had ordered. Debbie's face turns red in irritation over the obvious sabotage of her small business. But Siren is frantic and tugs on Debbie's shirt.
Help, Tripod!
Oh, is everything okay?
Kitchen! Tripod! Please help! Fire!
What?
Leery of childish shenanigans, but somewhat getting what Siren's putting down with the use of the F word, Debbie follows Siren into the kitchen. The towel is fully engulfed in flames and the fire is spread to the stovetop. Debbie hollers and grabs a box of baking soda off the counter and throws it on the fire. It's just enough to put out the flames.
Oh, that was a close call.
Please save Tripod! Please!
What is that? Oh my God!
Debbie gasps in shock and horror, now seeing Tripod seated in a roasting pan and hogtied to a spit. The bonds are tight, and Debbie has to use a steak knife to free the poor dog. Tripod barks happily and stands up on his 3 feet again. He licks their faces gratefully.
Oh, I knew that Pearl had a few screws loose. We gotta get you out of here.
Siren and Debbie, tailed closely by Tripod, turn around and bolt from the kitchen into the dining area, intent on running to the front door, but Pearl is standing squarely in the washroom doorway staring back at them. Debbie and Siren stop and yell out in shock at Pearl's presence. Tripod incessantly barks and growls at Pearl.
You gonna stay for dinner, Deb? We're having foul foul, and peril. A la mode.
With ninja-like speed and efficiency, Pearl begins hurling ninja throwing stars at Debbie. Hits her on the bridge of her nose, the side of her mouth, and her neck. Siren, panic-stricken, picks up tripod and runs upstairs to quickly escape Pearl's wrath. Gravely wounded, Debbie turns away from Pearl and runs down the hallway. Pearl remains in place and continues slinging throwing stars at Debbie as she tries to reach the front door, hitting her in the lower back, upper thigh, calf, and ankle.
I feel the need to make my own comic book sound effects while I throw these bad boys. That's 5 at a time. Good luck.
Debbie faints. Pearl immediately remembers that Siren is trying to get away.
I'll deal with you later.
Pearl waltzes to the kitchen and returns with a huge meat cleaver, then casually walks up the stairs. Siren is in her bedroom with the door closed. She's at the half-open window, using all of her strength to push it up about another foot, just enough to squeeze her body forward. With the screen now accessible, she desperately pushes on it, hoping to simply detach it from the pane, but it's screwed in. Siren hears Pearl's pounding footsteps coming up the staircase.
Siren, why are you running away from me? I let you drive my car, and your big fat forever Chuck would miss you if you left. We're all one big happy family here.
Terrified, Siren frantically grabs a sturdy coat hanger made of wooden iron from the large wardrobe and begins jabbing at the screen, trying to rip it open. After a few more jabs, she creates a small hole, and with her fingers, starts tearing it open. The floorboards in the upstairs hallway creak and groan under the weight of Pearl's stomping footsteps, which grow louder as she continues to get closer to Siren's door.
Siren! Mel's really taking a liking to you.
Siren helps Tripod up to the window's opening, and to her surprise, without hesitation, he leaps out of her arms and lands with a thud on the ground far below.
Tripod! Are you okay?
Tripod is a little shaky from the 2-story jump as he stands up on his 3 legs, but then looks up at Siren and barks. Relieved, Siren hurriedly begins crawling through the window herself. When she's halfway through, Pearl throws open Siren's bedroom door.
You degenerated blivet! I'm gonna cut your fetid head off.
Siren is almost all the way out of the window, clinging desperately to one of the large pine tree's branches with her arms, but her calves and ankles are still dangling inside the room. Pearl looks at the oversized cleaver in her palm.
Mr. Cleaver, I would love to introduce you to Siren.
Pearl gently runs her fingers along the blade and looks to Siren.
Siren, Mr. Cleaver, why are you a dullard sat?
Pearl then moves the cleaver back and forth and up and down as if it were a puppet.
No, not Per. Remember you sharpened me this morning? Oh, yes. That's sharp-witted, sir. No pun intended.
Pearl walks over to chop Siren's feet off and barely misses them as Siren lunges into the pine tree to escape. She hangs on for a second and then loses her grip and begins falling, with the tree's smaller branches cushioning the full blow of the 18-foot drop into the backyard. Pearl glares at her through the window. Then a single tear trickles down her cheek, and she switches to smiling affectionately.
Good night, sweet prince.
Pearl turns around and heads back downstairs to intercept Siren's attempted escape. Siren hits the ground, twists her ankle, scrapes her knees, and a tree branch has caused a deep gash in one of her legs that is bleeding profusely. She writhes in the fetal position, trying to catch her breath from the wind being knocked out of her. Tripod barks and nudges her with his head. After a moment, she pulls herself up, wipes her bloody hands on her heavily battered canary yellow quinceañera dress, and winces in excruciating pain. Gilbert is standing at Debbie's front door. His delivery truck is parked on the street. The bay door is open, ramp extended, and a pallet is stacked full of boxes of light bulbs with the brand name Bulging Throbbing Bulbs. He's impatiently waiting for Debbie to open the door. He tries ringing the bell again several times, then notices a folded piece of paper tucked in the screen. He opens it and it reads,
Hey, Gilbert, it's 10:45. I'm gonna jet over next door to Mrs. Goodman's house for a few minutes. Her cosmetic orders arrived, and I'll be using that cash to pay you. I'll be back in 10. Deb.
Gilbert checks his watch and it's 11:18.
10 minutes, my ass.
He slams the bay door shut and drives down the street. He parks in front of Pearl's house and rings her doorbell. Pearl opens the door to the washroom and then hears the bell and stops. She closes the door and walks over to Debbie, who is still knocked out cold. She grabs her by the legs and drags her into the bedroom by the front door and out of sight as the doorbell goes off again in rapid succession. Agitated by the door ringer's impatience, she quickly hides the cleaver behind her back and throws open the door.
Give me a bloody minute!
Pearl freezes, seeing that it's Gilbert from the hardware store, and a coquettish, girlish smile spreads across her sweaty face.
Oh,
Gil. Sorry, I was just, in the middle of my hot yoga class.
Gilbert, taken aback by the yelling and quick change in Pearl, nods in confusion.
Yeah, okay. Mrs. Goodman, is Debbie over here by chance? She left a note on her door saying that she's delivering makeup to you, and that she'd be back in 10 minutes, but I waited over there for about 30.
yeah, Gil, she's inside. I'll go get her. Wait, just another sec.
Idleness is the devil's workshop.
Pearl lumbers back into the house, walks over to the fallen box of cosmetics in the main hallway, grabs a compact and lipstick, and goes into the downstairs bathroom. The bathroom has a freestanding tub, a toilet, and a long vanity sink with a trifold mirror above it. Pearl stands before the mirror and hastily applies the cosmetics to her already made-up face. Outside, Siren limps through a small gate that connects with the front lawn and sees Gilbert standing near his truck.
Help me! Help me! Please!
Oh my god!
Gilbert runs to Siren and tripod.
Little girl, what happened to you?
Siren hugs Gilbert and starts sobbing.
We're going to the emergency room right this minute.
Gilbert carries Siren to his truck. He opens the passenger door and puts her in the cab.
Tripod too!
Gilbert picks up tripod and places him in the middle seat. Pearl returns to the porch and gets furiously jealous, seeing Siren in his truck. Gilbert runs around to the driver's side, gets in and fires up the engine. As the truck starts to make a three-point turnaround, Gilbert sees Pearl coming towards them in the rearview mirror, wielding a giant cleaver, face screaming in rage. Only he can't hear over his music.
Hey! You can't have him, Siren! No! He's mine!
His eyes widen in stark terror. He punches the gas pedal without making a complete three-point turnaround. The truck's front wheels hit the road's soft shoulder and they almost tip over into the roadside ditch. Pearl pulls out 3 or 4 more throwing stars as the truck begins barreling down the road. Cracked tires spraying gravel and dust everywhere. Pearl, standing in the middle of the road, sizes up the vehicle's speed and distance and begins slinging her stars at the rear tires. the left rear tire and the truck starts fishtailing all over the road, but keeps going forward at full speed. Out of stars, Pearl jogs over to her Falcon and pursues Gilbert and Siren. She follows the small cloud of dust down the road for about 50 yards that ends in a cyclone fence on the left, surrounding the Pasco flea market. There, crashed into the fence, is Gilbert's truck. He had driven full speed on the gravel road with the tire peeling off of the rim and lost control, crashing into the fence. Pearl gets out of her car and walks to the front of Gilbert's truck, and looking into the cab, sees that Gilbert, who wasn't wearing his seatbelt, had hit his head on the steering wheel and is knocked unconscious. Siren is no longer there. Pearl pulls Gilbert out of the seat, drags him to the Falcon's trunk and heaves him in, then slams it shut. She reaches into her car and grabs the cleaver. She locks the car door and nervously looks around for thieves.
Not this iron lung.
Pearl sees the telltale signs of where Tripod and Siren limped and hopped in the dirt through the damaged fence and follows her blood droplets on the blacktop into the flea market. The flea market is about the size of an American football field, full of dingy old recreational vehicles, campers, and trailers. It's closed because they're only open on Saturdays and Sundays. Pearl calls out for Siren while glancing around the booths and trailers.
Siren! Siren! Come on out now, hon. It's okay. I'm not mad at you. We gotta get Gilbert to a hospital. Post-haste.
Pearl hears a noise and smiles deviously as she moves towards it. Siren is huddled near a rack of canary yellow quinceañera dresses, identical to Siren's, sniffling and trying not to moan in pain. Pearl reaches down and seizes her by her tangly hair. Siren screams out in pain and limps along as Pearl, reprimandingly, fast walks her back towards the car and then tosses her into the passenger seat.
Come on, little girl, scoot. Move it, move it, move it. Come on, faster. Get in there. Get in there. Work those little legs.
Tripod jumps up and barks at Pearl and attempts to bite her hand.
Get away. Get him, little dog. Back off, you little skank.
Pearl grabs him roughly by the scruff and drops him onto Siren's lap.
You get this mutt under control or I'll do it myself. Read between the lines.
Pearl slams the door as Siren hugs Tripod closer to her body and muffles his barking with her hands. Pearl tosses the cleaver into the back seat and climbs into the driver's seat and speeds off down the road.
I want you to know that you have been more trouble than you're worth, young lady. First, my poor Melvin. Now, yummy Gilbert. What shall I ever do with you?
Pearl turns her rearview mirror to get a better look at the back of her car.
Hang on, Gilbert. Gilby, hang on.
Pearl spins the wheel hard to the right, taking a shortcut through a field. She returns the mirror to its regular position and turns to Siren.
Gilbert's in a bad way, and it's your fault for getting him involved. You sorry for your transgressions?
Siren nods yes, for holding back tears.
I'm sorry, too. Sorry that sorry doesn't undo your sluttin' ways. You harloted chicken, popcorn, hooker fried chicken leg, you whoring chicken biscuits and skank gravy.
Pearl pulls a chloroform rag from her pocket and covers Siren's mouth and nose. Tripod bites Pearl's wrist and gets the rag, too. When Siren and Tripod passed out in the passenger seat, Pearl lays into the gas pedal. The car flies through the parking lot of an urgent care hospital, narrowly mowing down a family of four and an odd couple. She parks the Falcon askew at the hospital doors and pops the trunk. She softly brushes Gilbert's cheek with the back of her hand. She leans down real low and whispers into his ear.
Pearl's got the hots for one. Tight-assed Gilbert.
Mid-whisper, Gilbert starts to stir and opens his eyes, embarrassed of her own confession of love. Pearl panics and chloroforms Gilbert.
Oh no.
He passes right back out and Pearl heaves his body up and out of the trunk. She sets him down near the doors and shouts at him as she fast walks backwards to her car.
I'm at every word. Object of mine wandering eye. I know one's just lazy, but the other one only had eyes for you.
Pearl drives to a remote forest area and parks near a concrete well. She ties Siren to a wooden tee and lowers her to the bottom of it. She then picks up Tripod, who comes to and nips her again. She drops him in reaction, and in a flash he's out of sight, hidden within the thick trees.
Good riddance, backslidden Frankfurter.
Pearl speeds off down the road in her Falcon. And when Siren wakes up, she finds herself with her arms pointed straight up, ropes fastened tightly around her wrists that are keeping her from drowning, and she's standing chest deep in filthy, murky water. Siren's been left for dead in an abandoned well near Pearl's property.
Pearl? Pearl, I'm sorry. I've been a bad girl. I won't run away no more, Pearl. Pearl, please. I'm sorry. Pearl, please. I'm sorry.
Pearl arrives home with a shiny new chainsaw in hand. She drags Debbie's body from the front bedroom, across the carpet, down the hall, into the washroom, and down the basement steps. She unlocks the door, and Chuck and Rebecky stand at attention.
Look alive. We got another dead.
Rebecky gasps, and Chuck, being blind, looks saddened.
You killed little Cy? My ultimate best friend forever?
It's just Debbie. Siren went home.
Rebecky stares in confusion.
You let her go home? You never did that before.
Don't cry over spilled milk. All that glitters isn't gold. Now, girls, go fetch me wood for a bonfire. I'll get going on the dismemberment post-haste, and if you're good, I'll whip up those little weenies you two find to be so divine for dinner.
Before any more questions can be asked, Pearl starts up the chainsaw and saws away at Debbie's limbs. Chuck and Rebecky grab potato sacks off a hook on the wall and head out to the backyard. They slog around the property, dragging their legs with their upper arms, putting twigs and dry leaves and the like into the sacks for Pearl's upcoming bonfire.
She wouldn't have let her go home. I bet she killed her.
Chuck tries to yank what feels like a big branch from underneath a rock.
Chuck, that's the hose, hon.
Chuck, embarrassed, lets go and continues feeling along the ground for twigs.
I wish Pearl would have told me she was going to murder her before I made Siren a BFF friendship bracelet. That took 6 hours and 42 minutes.
There are barking sounds in the distance and they grow louder.
Is that our little tripod?
Tripod comes bounding over a hedge on his 3 little legs, barking and carrying on.
What is it, boy?
Tripod barks and barks, trying to lead them out of the backyard to follow him. Chuck tosses her potato sack in glee.
He's trying to lead us to Siren!
Rebecky tosses her sack as well, and the women hurry out to the front yard and climb into Pearl's Falcon. Tripod continues to bark, waiting impatiently for them to follow him. Rebecky is in the driver's seat and holds the steering wheel. Chuck gets down on the floorboard and presses the gas pedal down to the floor with her hand. The Falcon zips forward, nearly hitting Tripod.
Stop! No, that's too much gas. Don't floor it. He's a tiny dog. He can't run that fast.
Chuck lays off the gas and they follow Tripod in a jerky, sometimes too fast, sometimes too slow, drive into the woods. Pearl finishes dismembering Debbie's corpse. She places all of the limbs into a duffel bag. Wipes her bloody hands on a flowery dish towel and carries the bag with her outside.
Ladies, bring the wood. I'll get the weenies.
She receives no response.
Chuck? Rebecky? Rebecky? Chuck?
Silence. Pearl picks an anxious wedgie from her massive backside and walks around to the front of the house, where she finds her falcon is missing in action.
No. No! No! No!
Tripod leads them to the well and stops. He barks incessantly and peers down the well.
Tripod? Tripod, get help!
Chuck and Rebecky appear at the top of the well and peer down.
Wow, that was fast.
Hi, Siren. Don't worry, honey. We'll get you out of there.
Hi, BFF. I made you a bracelet.
Chuck holds it up proudly, nearly dropping it into the well. Rebecky and Chuck lean up against the sides of the well and, using Pearl's cleaver from the back seat of the car, they chop and loosen the rope enough to lift Siren up and out of the well. Siren hugs them thankfully and tearfully. She kisses Tripod and the little dog barks happily at his successful rescue mission. Chuck puts the friendship bracelet on Siren's wrist and points out her own matching bracelet.
Come on. We gotta get you home before Pearl is on to us.
They all pile into the car and Rebecky steers them back down the freeway.
Where to?
Siren smiles happily.
Woman's shelter.
Chuck screeches from the floorboards.
I know where that is.
Pearl rings the doorbell of one of her neighbor's houses.
Why give trying to work on a Sunday? Forgive me, Lord.
A man opens the door. Smilingly, Pearl nonchalantly hands him the chainsaw with the chain and blade covered in blood. Bits of cloth, flesh, and hair still attached. The normal neighbor, wide-eyed in horror and confusion, mechanically reaches out and takes their chainsaw back. Off in the distance, on the sidewalk, in his pushcart, is the drooling Melvin.
I thank you for the loan. Only needed a couple hours, turns out. The Pancetta boys are on to me, so we're on the run.
Pearl turns and walks away, humming a little ditty as she escorts Melvin down the sidewalk. The neighbor calls the police, who thanks and informs them that they are already on their way due to a call they received from Gilbert at the hospital. Pearl takes a shortcut through the woods and curses at Melvin for being a burden every time the wheel of his cart gets stuck in the terrain.
Melvin! Oh, damn, Melvin. Melvin, every time I try to go somewhere, you get stuck in the mud. Melvin, I put these wheels on you so you could move. Not get stuck everywhere we try and go.
A shadow looms nearby and a branch snaps. Pearl checks over her left shoulder, then over her right.
You smell what the rock is cooking. I smell what the rock is cooking.
A clown giggle sounds as a tall man in a hot pink robe, wearing a moose head mask with enormous antlers, jumps her.
No. None of that nonsense. Thank you very much.
The falcon arrives at the shelter. Siren, Chuck, and Rebecky hurry inside, where they find Siren's mom, Tanya, serving drinks to the other women in the shelter. She is clean and, although still thin, has a healthy glow to her. She drops the drinks in reaction to seeing Siren running towards her.
Si, you're alive!
Crying happy tears, they embrace for a long time.
Where were you? I was so worried. We had the whole town trying to find you.
Rebecky crawls over to Tanya and puts out her hand for a handshake. Tanya's eyes go wide, noticing the woman's condition.
It's a long story, but Chuck and I will be happy to fill you in.
Tanya turns back to Siren.
I'm so sorry I was a terrible mother to you, honey. I've quit all of that stuff. I've gone straight.
I love you, sweetheart.
Siren hugs her mom tighter.
I love you too, Mommy.
Pearl awakens to find herself flat on her back, staring up at the stained glass ceiling of the First Baptist Church of Pasco. She attempts to sit up, but is securely fastened to a text-covered platform. Jixie saw a scary-looking puppet wearing Pearl's short, curly, gray-haired wig, pedals over on his squeaky unicycle.
Who you be? Was.
Hello, Pearl. Perhaps tonight the words you live by will bring your hypocritical reign of terror to an end. Think of the gargantuan open Bible you find yourself strapped to as a pearl-sized mousetrap. The cord above you will slide the bookmark beneath you onto the Bible, enough to free your torso. Then the trap will snap shut, dismembering your legs in an instant, or choose to do nothing and die of dehydration. Die or live. Make your choice.
I will see.
I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I think you're super attractive.
I'm a C.H.
So, what I mean to say is, hinging on if you pass this test, which is simply a formality to ensure you can keep up with me and my madcap lifestyle. I'd love to take you to dinner.
I'm a C.H.R.I.S.T.I.A.N. And I have C.H.R.I.S.T. in my H.E.A.R.T.
Are you even listening to me? I'm kind of pouring my H-E-A-R-T out over here.
And I will alive E-T-R-A-L-L.
Pearl. You're a C, all right. I hated this. Goodbye.
Jixie Saw rides off on his squeaky tricycle. Before disappearing through the church's exit, he turns his head to face Pearl one last time.
And I'm keeping the hair hat.
Policemen kick open the double doors of the church, swarm in and surround Pearl. A bearded officer calls out to her through a megaphone.
Freeze! Pearl Artemis Goodman, you're under arrest for the abduction and attempted murder of Siren Crackerbarrel.
I listen to a trombone of Jesus while the earth there's a disparate harm. I march to the trombones of supreme leader Snow as the surplus just wander around. Oh, I'm a comrade of the 2-for-1 nomadic crew. Oh, I'm moving on up to our land. I hear the voice of the celestial sing like those who only know in jail.
Several months have passed. In the cool evening breeze, Chuck and Rebecky, harness-free, on prosthetic limbs, walk the perimeter of their new home, gifted to them by Houses for Homo Sapiens. Siren, dressed in a new lilac dress, smiles and waves at them.
Hi, Rebecky. Hi, Chuck.
Well, hi, Siren.
Howdy, neighbor and BFF Siren. How's your new digs?
Tanya comes out of their new home. Right next door, also provided to them for free by HFH. She sets a platter of sandwiches and a pitcher of tea down on the patio table. She looks healthy and happy.
Sigh, sweetheart. Dinner's ready. I made enough for your friends.
Chuck, Rebecky, and Siren get excited and take seats at the table. They chat happily and dig into the sandwiches. Gilbert comes out of Tanya's house carrying tripod.
Tripod wants to join us for supper. Good boy, ain't ya?
Gilbert sets tripod down and gives him a pile of turkey to eat.
I try. Thank you, hon.
Tanya kisses Gilbert on the cheek. He smiles and lovingly rubs her back. Pearl sits in a wooden chair in a white padded room, wearing a straitjacket and staring wild-eyed at a giant camel spider that's crawling up the left wall.
Here I am alone in a padded cell. I hope they're watching. Let them see what kind of deacon I am. They'll see, and they'll know. They'll say to themselves, they'll say, not Pearl. Not she. She couldn't even hurt her.
The camel spider leaps into Pearl's face.
Camel spider. Ah!
That's how I met your grandmother. Nah, but your Aunt Maureen is a real bitch. That's all, folks. Don't forget to smoosh that subscribe button. And like me on Facebook, Mastergram, Trembler, Red Hat, Weeblue, and Linked Hands. Or you can email me at your boy Chester at grandpasgettingdirty.edu. God bless us, everyone. That's it, I'm out this bitch. Where we eating brunch?
There we go. I feel good about that. That was fun. This has been very fun. Hi all. I'm Pearl. I'm played by Dylan Bainter. Yeah, this is Dylan Bainter. I played Pearl Goodman. You can find me at dylankentbainter.com. If you want to just shoot me an email, you can reach me at dylankentbainter@gmail.com. That's DYLANKENT, B as in boy, AINTER @gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening.
Hi, my name is Melissa Wood, and I voiced the role of Siren Crackerbarrel. You can contact me at mwood32332@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Adam Monroe, and I did all the music. You can check out my website at adammonroemusic.com. I also did the voices of the narrator / Chester, Leaf, Homer, Rod, and Kevin.
Hi, I'm Nathan Jumalon, and I voice Gilbert. You can contact me at nathanjumalon@gmail.com. That's Nathan, JUMALON @gmail.com. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Trevor, and I provided the voice for Melvin Goodman in Fetid Souls. If you'd wish to contact me, you can contact me at smithtrevor945@gmail.com. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Tayler Joe. I was the voice of Chuck. You can find me on Instagram at TaylerJoeWasHere.
Hi, my name is Rene Kim, and I played the role of Rebecky Reba K. You can contact me at renekimvot@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Katabelle, and I voiced Tanya. You can contact me at katabelle.com.
Hey, this is Adam Gordon. I am the voice of Debbie. You can find me at adrock82@gmail.com.
And have a great day.
Hi, this is Liam Hartley. I voiced Hansel, the Renekimvot. You can contact me at liamhartley23@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hello guys, Nero Valentine here, and I play the role of Terrance in Fetid Souls. And if you do want to hire me for any work of your own, you can find me on Behind the Voice Actors and or Casting Call, as it goes by both names, at Nero Valentine, and I can be found on Star now as well. I hope you enjoy the production and enjoy the rest of your day.
Hi, I'm Rune. I played Perry. Find me on YouTube. Just search up Rune Bell.
Hi, I'm Jack Green. I voiced the inebriated hobo, Jig Seesaw, the cult leader, and Remus Beeman. If you need to reach me for future projects, you can email me at lonehoopmedia@gmail.com. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Ellena Mahr, and I played Sugar Plum and the scary side of Chuck. You can contact me at ellenamahr@gmail.com. That's ELLENAMAHR@gmail.com.
Hey there, I'm Riley Manis. I voiced Officer Jackson, Stu the Cashier, and our trusty bus driver. You can contact me at manisvo@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
My name is Samantha Koczynski, and I played the part of Miss Salty.
Tripod was played by Honey Doler.
Hi, I'm Shara Sykes, aka Minky Madison. I voiced Marmalade, Lemon Drop, Manuela, the Hedgehog Constable, Susan, Juniper, and Eva. I also co-wrote, directed, edited, and produced Fetid Souls. I can be reached at lonehoopmedia@gmail.com or minkymadisonva@gmail.com. I want to thank the superb cast of Fetid Souls for bringing their characters to life with their unique takes, and the many hilarious ad-libs contributed by the actors. Especially Dylan Bainter's amazing job embodying Pearl, Adam Monroe's take on Chester the Narrator, and Liam Hartley's portrayal of Hansel the Renekimvot. Their frequent ad-libs literally had me crying laughing during editing, and it was a lot of fun to listen to. And Fetid Souls is even funnier thanks to their auditions. And of course Melissa Wood for her fantastic job playing Siren Crackerbarrel. You were all phenomenal. I also want to thank the Lone Hoot Media team, my incredible partner Jack Green for his input throughout the process, my ingenious friend Adam Monroe for making Fetid Souls with me by composing every scrap of music in the film, from classical to rock to hip-hop. He did an outstanding job on every piece of music. And my exceptional writing partner on Fetid Souls, D.J.H. Due to his religious beliefs, he asked to be credited only by his initials and to note that he only participated in casting, but said everyone did a great job. We had a lot of fun writing the movie together back in 2013, and I wish him well in his future endeavors. And Keaton, Carrie, Riley, Tim, Jerry, and Tommy for their input and always supporting my writing. And Xavier for the idea to turn the Fetid Souls screenplay into an audio film. If you enjoyed the movie and would like to support our future productions, please review, subscribe, and/or share our podcast. If you're interested in auditioning for future projects or for any other inquiries, please email us at lonehootmedia@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
Kiss me, I'm Irish, me pot of gold, I'll share it with you, me four-leaf glow, our shamrock love is growing strong, check out me leprechaun, out on me lawn, he's wearing lucky box of briefs cut from a four-sided leaf. Ride the rainbow to marshmallow dreams. I'll share it with ya.
The end. Thank you very much.